This is the Grizzly here, come to you with a podcast. I know it's been a minute since I've done one, but better now than never, I guess. Alright, this is the format I'm going to try to start using for my podcast. Okay? It's going to be a question and answer based podcast. Give me 1 second. So I'm gonna get my laptop up so I can follow those who are on the chat, so I can ask y'all some questions. All right, this is question number 1 for subscribers and non-subscribers. Okay, what is your top 10 sport you would try if you had athletic prowess? So that would be, so like if you're like non-athletic, or if you enter athletics but you are not that inclined to actually play that sport but you want to, what would be those type of sports? So like for me, like I played basketball a little bit when I was growing up, backyard basketball and stuff, but if 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 I was more athletically in tune to play it, though, I would play it a lot more. So that would be one of my answers. Baseball would be another one. Like, love baseball, watched it, but knowing when to steal, knowing when not to, that type stuff. I wasn't that athletically gifted in that sport though, but I know the odds and ends of it, but that's wasn't my cup of tea. So that would be another one. But the only sport that I know that I'm good at, was good at, worked hard at, was football. That's always will be my cup of tea. It's football. I know the ins and outs. I know what it takes to make it to the college level. And so, like I say, with a passion. That's the only sport that I was at least decent at. So, there were some other sports, but we never had wrestling growing up. You know, that was prevalent until a few years. A few years ago, my hometown of Bruton, and and my school rival, which I'm working with now, WSNL, actually got a wrestling team, but they got a pretty good wrestling team coming out the woodworks though. So if they stay with it, stay positive with it though, they can go pretty far. But that's the thing though, with a new sport, in schools and stuff like that down here where we're from, it's not as prevalent though. But if the students, want to stick with it and grow the sport, though, it's up to them to do so. But I always had dreams of actually being an actual pro wrestler, so that's been a dream of mine. But the thing was on how you see some people actually get really injured in the sport of wrestling, so that was another one. Let's see. Another sport, if I had the prowess for it. I wish I was more of a track person. I know if I was in actual track, like the dashes or whatever, the miles or whatever, the meters or whatever they call them, those meter qualifications and stuff. If I was more of a speedster and kept myself in shape, that to me would be a plus for me. That's to stay in shape that way. And but I wasn't inclined to do so. But yeah, that's a couple of the sports I would say. So I want y'all to give me y'all's top 10 on that. Okay, and question number 2 would be, what is your top 5 colors and why? Okay, when it comes to colors, red would be my number 1 color because there's actually 2 reasons why it's my favorite color. It's been in every uniform that I knew of ever since I was growing up. That color was in some form or fashion part of either a favorite team, the college I went to, basketball team was Chicago Bulls, red. 49ers, red. The Braves, red. They had red in it. Like anything that had ties to red, and find out later that red is a color of strength. So that's why that's my number 1. It shows up. It used to show up a lot. So it's the way it is. So um, so that's my number 1 color. And blue will be my second color. Will be my primary. I mean my secondary color. Another thing, Braves was the other color is blue, and that's the sign of being chill, cool, calm, and collective. And when you think about blue is like the cold as ice, like You chill. You don't let stuff bother you, and that's the way I want to live my life. Is chill. So that's why blue is my second favorite color. Purple. A lot of people don't know this fact, but I know it. I'm about to school you if you don't know it. Purple is like, if y'all don't know, is color of royalty. And so when I think of purple, I think about the Lakers. Lakers got purple in the jersey. And even though I like the Bulls, growing up before Michael Jordan started winning championships and stuff, the Lakers was one of the top teams of the 80s when it comes to basketball. And not only that, though, but when I think about coming to America, African royalty, purple, so that's the reason why that's number three. Coming to America was like one of the top movies with a lot of cameos of famous actors of that time period, though, of African American descent. So yeah, that was one of the big deals. So yeah, so that's number three. Number four would be green. Yeah, it has family significance to it because it ties in with my dad and his kin folks. His school colors was green, like green and white was. I think that actual colors were green, white, and gold. But the most of the time, though, the color that stuck out was green. Green was their primary, and then white was their secondary color. And 9 times out of 10, I tied that with my dad. So that's why that color is significant to me. So that's number four. And number five, my last one, would be my last one. I really have to think about this one. I guess white. I guess. White would be my last color, and the reason why is because Jesus. I guess purity, white. So that's the only way I can put it. All right. Question number three. What is your favorite desserts? So that can be any number y'all can think of. What would be your favorite desserts? So we can have more than 10. any number will do. So all right. Mine would be like ice creams, cakes, pies. Um, if y'all want me to narrow them down, y'all let me know in the comments what type. If y'all want to ask that question to me, I'll answer it. And question number 4 to wrap it up for this podcast. Like I said, it's question based, and I would like for y'all to come back if you're not answering them right away. I want y'all to come back in and answer them, so I can go back and answer those questions, or see if y'all have replied back to them. And then I would gladly give a reply. So that's how I want my podcast to be run for right now. But this is the last question. What is your favorite dance moves? It could be a Fortnite dance move. It could be like a popular TikTok dance move. It could be anything. Like, then I would look it up and watch them, and then I would critique them, and I would give you my top 5. I'm gonna go ahead and give you my number 1 dance move. Like, it's obvious for those that's over the old school, should know it. Moonwalk was hands down. They always said that Michael. Some of these folks said Michael couldn't dance, stuff like that, and I looked at them like, have y'all actually lost y'all mind? Like, y'all must be just straight up haters though. If you think that Michael couldn't dance, like, or couldn't sing, like that. Like I said, though, they just must have been drinking a lot of haterade. Is what I could say. But anyway, like I said, my number 1 dance move. I said dance move, so I want y'all to give me more than one. But my number 1 dance move was the moonwalk. And then it's one dance move called the turtle, and it was like during the 80s. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about, the old school people that grew up in that era that I grew up in. It was known like when they did like a lot of turf wars, though, and it was like dance related turf wars, and that was one of the primary dance moves that they pulled out was the turtle. They would pull out a cardboard box and they would have dance battles. And one of the dance moves they threw out that never failed was the turtle. You literally would do kind of what, if you know who Booker T is, he's a famous wrestler, Hall of Fame, and he did the move called the spinneroonie. The spinneroonie is almost like a inverted version of what the turtle is, but the turtle is when you spin on your back, then you stop. Booker T, when he does his version of what I call like the inverted version of what the turtle is that he poses first, then he does his spin, then he comes up and stops. So, so yeah. Come to find out, when they actually showed the documentary of Booker T and his life story, that one of his sisters said that Booker T was a dancer. So that tell you on how athletic Booker T was. So anyway, so the turtle is one of my top 5 moves. Other dance moves would be some more. You really had to go old school to find the other ones. I want to get y'all feedback on that. So, like I said though, if y'all got any suggestions of what y'all top 5 dance moves are, leave them in the comments. So, like I said though, I would like to hear from y'all. So that's gonna do it for this podcast. So, like I said, this is a question. Gave y'all the questions. Now it's up to y'all to give me the answers along with these questions. And I would like to see, I want to see this chat thing blow up. Okay? That's how we gonna grow this thing. Like I said before, if y'all seen one of my last videos that I'm going to do my gaming on TikTok. From now on, that's my brother, as always. Being so loud. Like I told y'all before, he's independent. My brother is. So, yeah. So he can hear her talk. So he tried to talk, even though we tell him the sign and everything. God bless his heart. He want to talk so bad, but he's a mute, though. He really can't talk and say sentences. But yeah. Anyway. Y'all pray for me. I pray for y'all. Till next time. This is your buddy, Grizzly, signing off.